Hello, welcome back to Life Enthusiast. I'm Ha, and today I want to talk about something that touches every single one of us: fear, and the possibility of turning it into faith. So we all know fear, right? The racing heart, the restless thoughts, the feeling of being stuck because you don't know what would happen next. It could be a fear in your career, a fear in your relationships, fear about the future, fear about stepping into a dream that feels too big. But here's the thing: fear doesn't have to be the driver of your life. It doesn't have to be the voice you obey. Fear is a part of the journey, yes, but it doesn't have to be the destination. So today I want to show you how to move from fear to faith, from doubt to trust, from uncertainty to possibility, from paralysis to momentum. Because when you shift from fear to faith, everything in your life begins to open. So let's start by understanding fear. Fear is ancient. It was designed to protect us, and in the past, fear kept us alive. It made us run from danger. It helped us survive. But in our modern lives, fear often gets misplaced. It doesn't just show up when we are in real danger. It shows up when we are about to speak in public, when we want to launch a new project, when we're about to fall in love, when we are on the edge of change. So fear says, don't risk it, don't step forward, don't trust. But what fear is really saying is, stay the same, stay safe, stay small. And if we always listen to it, life becomes smaller and smaller. So the first step is recognizing fear for what it is. Not a prophecy, not truth, but a signal, a sign that you are standing at the edge of growth. Here's what's tricky about fear: it creates illusions. Fear magnifies the worst case scenario. Fear tells you the stories about failure, rejections, embarrassment. Fear tries to convince you that you are alone, that you're not capable, that the unknown is dangerous. But pause for a moment. How many times had the thing you fear turn out to be less scary than you imagined? How many times did you worry for days about something and only for it to work out just fine? This is the illusions of fear. It shows up like a giant shadow on the wall. But when you switch on the light, you realize it was never that big. And faith is turning on that light. So what is faith? Faith is not pretending you're not afraid. Faith is choosing trust in spite of fear. Faith says, I don't need to see the whole path. I just need to trust the next step. Faith says, I'm not alone. Life is guiding me. Faith says, even if I fall, I won't rise again. And even if it doesn't look how I imagine, it will still lead me somewhere meaningful. Faith is leaning into the unknown with confidence instead of panic. It's holding the belief that something greater is at work, whether you call it God, the universe, destiny, or simply the wisdom of life itself. Faith is freedom, because the moment you trust, you stop carrying the weight of needing to control every detail. You step into flow. So think about your own life. Can you remember a moment when fear almost stopped you, but you chose to step anyway? Maybe it was leaving a job, maybe it was moving to a new city, maybe it was opening your heart to love. And at the beginning, fear was screaming. You didn't know if you land safely, but once you stepped, what happened? Growth, expansions, lessons, memories. Those moments are proof you've already shifted from fear to faith before, and you can do it again. Because the more you practice, the more your confidence grows. Fear doesn't disappear, but your faith becomes stronger than your fear. So let's get practical, shall we? How do you actually shift from fear to faith in the moment? First, you pause and breathe. Fear often speeds up the body. Faith slow it down. So one deep breath is an act of faith. Then name the fear. Say it out loud. I am afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of failing. Because when you name your fear, it shrinks its power. Then flip the question. Instead of ask yourself, what if it goes wrong? Ask a different question. What if it goes right? Right? You never know. Then anchor in the memory. Think about the moment when fear told you no, but faith led you forward. Let those memories remind you that you can trust again. Then speak faith out loud. Words create the energy, and try this. I trust the process. I'm guided. I'm supported. And next, you take one step. Faith doesn't require a whole plan. It asks for one step. So the moment you act, fear shrinks. Et voilà. Every time you do this, you train your nervous system to lean on faith instead of fear. You rewire your default setting. So let's practice this right now. Close your eyes if you can. Place your hand on your heart. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. Bring to your mind one area of your life where fear has been speaking loudly. And notice the thoughts. Notice the tensions in your body. And now whisper to yourself, I choose faith. I trust that I am guided. I am supported even when the path is not clear. And feel your body soften. Feel how your energy shifts. This is what it feels like to move from fear to faith. So here's what I want you to carry with you. Fear is natural, but it's not final. And every time fear rises, it's an invitation. An invitation to choose differently, to choose trust, to choose expansions, to choose life. Faith doesn't guarantee that everything will go perfectly, but it guarantees that you will keep moving, keep growing, keep discovering just how resilient you are. And when you live from faith, you stop being paralyzed by the unknown. You start seeing that the unknown actually is a possibility. So today, when fear whispers in your ear, pause, smile, and say, thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose faith. I choose to trust. I choose to step forward anyway. Thank you for joining me today on Life Enthusiast. If this episode lifted you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that faith is stronger than fear. Until next time, keep choosing trust, keep choosing love, and keep living as a true life enthusiast. Bye for now.